Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, June 11th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. And after a long day yesterday, my flagship class with Leadership Anne Arundel came to a close. What a fantastic experience this was with a group of about 35 really incredible people. If you're interested in the program, check it out at leadershipaa.org, or feel free to give me an email or call me, and I can give you all the skinny on it. Actually, it was funny. When we broke at 4 p.m., I had ridden my bike over in the morning, and I looked up at the skies, and the storms were just rolling in, and I said to myself, I can make this. And I did, but it was only by a hair. Anyhow, enough of that. It is Friday. We all made it. We survived. So let's get into today's news, shall we? The Capitol reported some interesting items on the Jarrod Ramos case. Ramos admitted to killing 5 employees at the Capitol nearly 3 years ago, and court hearings revealed that he had been planning an Oklahoma City-type bombing of the building before changing his plans to carry out a mass shooting. The defense asked the judge to gag the press for fear of poisoning the jury, but Judge Wachs denied that motion, but he did warn the media that sensational coverage might cause a delay in the trial if he cannot find a suitable pool of jurors. The judge also said that of the 300 questionnaires returned, he was surprised at the number of them that indicated that they had no knowledge at all of the shooting. The trial to determine if Ramos was criminally responsible is scheduled to begin on June 23rd, and the whole criminally responsible thing is an insanity plea. He already pleaded guilty to the murders. This will merely determine if he serves his time in prison or in a psychiatric hospital. In some political news, the city races are beginning to get interesting. Alderman Ross Arnett in Ward 8 has a primary challenger now. Kati George, who has served on the city's audit committee, has filed to run against the longtime incumbent alderman. She is running on a platform of transportation options, water access, housing affordability, and diversity in businesses. She said that the alderperson must also be very accessible and able to listen to all constituents. So now in Ward 2, it's wide open with the Democrat Carmen O'Neill and Republican Scott Gibson going head-to-head. In Ward 3, incumbent Alderwoman Rhonda Pindell-Charles is facing a primary challenger in Democrat Keanu Smith-Brown. Ward 4 has incumbent Sheila Finlayson facing a Democratic primary challenger in Tony Strong-Pratt. And right now, Wards 1, 5, 6, and 7 are still open for challengers to the incumbents. So we will see as this progresses throughout the year. Here's an interesting tidbit. Southwest Airlines just announced another destination from BWI, daily flights to Syracuse, New York. They aren't starting until November, which is probably not the best time to fly to Syracuse, but Syracuse is a great town with a great nightlife, and that whole Finger Lakes region of upstate New York is so beautiful, especially in the fall. Fares are starting at only $49 one way, making for a fun long weekend up there. Or if you or your kid goes to Syracuse or Hobart William Smith, there's your cheap flight. And as we start to wrap up, a few events that you may want to consider this weekend. Starting tonight at City Dock, it is Oasis Amplified's free concert series at City Dock, and it's sponsored by Oasis Marinas and Snag A Slip. As I said, free, and this week it's local fave Alexander Peters. The strumming begins at 5:30 p.m. Tomorrow's weather does look pretty decent, so if you're up for a bike ride, 30, 40, or 65 miles, the Tour de Talbot is happening. It starts in Easton at 7 a.m. at Sprout, right in downtown Easton. You can walk up with a $20 donation to benefit the Maryland Food Bank, and you're in. And it is my kind of ride, flat. And if you're looking for something on the water, hop on one of the Wilma Lee sales this weekend at the Annapolis Maritime Museum. Now, the Wilma Lee is their skipjack. It's one of about 74 still on the water, so it is a rarity to be on it. Or you could even be daring and take a trip out to the Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse on Saturday. Tours for the lighthouse are at 9, 11, and 1. It is a fantastic tour. I do highly recommend it. Those tours are limited to only 6 people, so you really get a good look inside that lighthouse. And while you're at the Annapolis Maritime Museum, you want to make sure you check out their new museum. It's an old museum, but it's new. They've just redone the inside. It is absolutely incredible. In fact, you probably should become a member. It's not that expensive, and really it's the best value around. All right, that's it for the news today. If you are a fan of our Saturday Local Business Spotlight series up this weekend, Lisa Concilio Ryan from Rasa Juice Shop on Maryland Avenue. Next Saturday, it'll be the crew from the Irish Restaurant Company, Galway Bay, Brian Brew, Killarney House, and Pirates Cove. And a reminder, if you know of any locally owned Anne Arundel County businesses that you think might be a good choice for a spotlight, let them know or let me know and I'll reach out to them. It's free. The only cost is their time to sit down and chat. Anyhow, as always, thank you very much for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave a rating or a review, please do. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues all know to follow us. It really helps. A quick thank you to the sponsor for today's Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, and to Rehab to Perform, a different type of physical therapy opening up in Annapolis on Forest Drive in about a week. It's Friday, so I'm just going to say have a great weekend. Be safe, keep washing your hands, and I will see you on Monday. Now hang tight. George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that gets underway in about 60 seconds, but first, you know the drill. Here's Rick from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, June 11th. Yesterday brought some heavier showers and storms as expected, as a cold front dropped down across the area from the north, mixing with much warmer, more humid air to generate some big rains for the region. And while the Annapolis region will see more rain today, it'll be much cooler because of that cold front dropping down to the south of the area as an easterly wind brings cooler air into the region from off the Atlantic. Look for highs today in the low to mid 70s before mixed skies and temps near 80 degrees Saturday to get the weekend started with mid-80s or so on Sunday. With more sunshine, though, it comes with a small but valid chance for some scattered PM showers and storms, with the outlook for next week being a nice one with plenty of sunshine and temps in the low to mid-80s through at least next Wednesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company.
Going through a real estate home sale or purchase is a very personal and sometimes stressful experience. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. My team and I are committed to working with people both buying and selling homes in all price points. Whether it's giving you a competitive edge while buying a home or negotiating the best price and terms while selling your home, we always have our clients' best interest at heart. Our goal is to provide exceptional service so that you will recommend us to your friends and family over and over again. Serving people is a passion of mine, and it's what my team does best. That's the Neidhardt difference.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.